Pope Francis is dead. He passed away on the 21st of April 2025, leaving a legacy of subtle but powerful changes on the dogmas of the Catholic Church. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, his name before papacy, was known to be a simple man, openly criticizing social injustice while advocating for the inclusion of the queer community and increased female participation in the Church. He would often speak against radical and divisive politics, while consistently dialoguing with other faiths, promoting peace over doctrinal disputes. What's more, he enacted a zero-tolerance policy for clerical abuse and church corruption, and pushed for vaccination during the COVID pandemic. And though he was caught using homophobic slurs during closed-door meetings, His Holiness had an otherwise exemplary career as a religious leader. Francis was the second pope of the 21st century and the third I saw through my own lifetime. But he was also the 266th pope of the Catholic Church, on a line that has been mostly unbroken for over 2,000 years. The figure of the pope has existed for so long that we can probably not imagine a world without it. Just like the Church, the pope is an enduring institution. The pope is a brand. So welcome back to the Design Quickie, where I give you some personal insight into design for brands in a time-efficient way. And we are talking about the Pope's brand. Okay, a religious leader being called a brand might sound weird for many of you, but hear me out. We often associate brands to commercial and for-profit initiatives, but brands are essentially the way people recognize and relate to institutions. Okay, but what is an institution really? Short answer, it's a set of rules and traditions. But of course, it isn't that simple. Institutions need to endure the test of time. They must offer governance to a social group, serving specific or general social functions, and they must be legitimate and recognized as such. Institutions can be religious, political, legal, educational, and also people, just like the papacy. And of course, an institution can only exist with a carefully crafted brand. Yes, Francis had a pretty good record as Pope, but with over 2,000 years of history, it's pretty unrealistic to expect a clean slate. Both Benedict XVI and John Paul II were accused of blocking investigations on sexual assaults by church members. Pius XI negotiated with Mussolini to make the Vatican an independent state, while his successor, Pius XII, remained silent about the Holocaust. Urban II started the Crusades, and don't get me started at the Banquet of Chestnuts by Alexander VI. Google that at your own peril. Point is, the Pope's figure, though ever controversial, has endured the test of time, not only because of its power and influence, but because of its symbols, everything that it represents. They give him an official title, a color palette, a recognizable place, and ritualize his every action. His word is sacred, and he is an example to strive towards, with a mission, a vision, and values that represent each and every one of his followers. Because that is what a brand is for, to build trust, identity, and long-term value. Want to see an example of a successful brand? Look no further. We've got the Pope. Thanks for watching.